Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
What's up? I'm Slidewhistle.
Yo, 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 it's your boy, Immunization.
Hey, fellow youths. It's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag.
And we're here to tell all you cool kids about America's new favorite game, Diablo Immortal!
Woo! We've heard that the youths of today have phones. So here's a game you can play on it.
It's my second favorite mobile game behind Fortnite. I will now proceed to floss.
Hopefully, we'll be able to see Ball do a Orange Julius.
You know, why was Orange Julius so popular in the malls? I never got it. Did you guys ever choose Orange Julius over Dairy Queen?
No, the only reason I went to it is because they were attached and as one, but I would never order anything that was because of the Orange Julius. I would always get Dairy Queen items.
I tried to order something at Orange Julius once, and the person's like, oh, the machine's not up. Like the orange juice machine? And they were like, nah, we're Dairy Queen Orange Julius, but we just do Dairy Queen stuff. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not awful because that's what I came here for, but fair.
What is even the menu of Orange Julius? Is it just orange juices?
I think it's also smoothies.
It's interesting because I guess that just shows the changing of the times. In the 90s, Orange Julius was like king. Like it would just be an Orange Julius. And then Dairy Queen was like, well, I guess we'll add this little company in. And then now, yeah, everyone just goes for Dairy Queen stuff. No one Julius's anymore.
Yeah, does Dairy Queen, did they just buy out Orange Julius? Because I found an Orange Julius menu, and I would say 89% of it are just Dairy Queen items, and the remaining 8 items are just burgers I've never heard of before.
But Dairy Queen also has burgers, right?
Do they?
Girl,
I know they had hot dogs, but they have...
Orange Julius got bought out 10 ever ago. 1987, the Orange Julius chain was bought by International Dairy Queen.
Why the fuck are they keeping that name around? For the boomers that are like, I love Orange Julius. That's stupid. Okay, well, as of 1 minute ago, we actually did get Diablo Immortal news, which was very surprising. But the news is honestly just we are working from home. We're making good progress. And it's coming soon.
So that's what I was wondering about, because I'm not a Diablo Immortal guy. I was there for all the memes and such. I thought that thing had already come out and just no one talked about it. It's still being developed? ?
I was on the other team. I was thinking that they just canned it and wanted to pretend that it didn't exist and we're just never going to mention it again.
I think there's definitely a market for it. I don't think they'd can it. It's surprising / not surprising that we haven't heard anything about it. And even this update is just kind of just, hey, we're here. Don't forget about us. And it's you didn't give us any information. You didn't bring anything to the table about this.
And it's strange because I feel like Diablo Immortal was to get your Diablo fix, but they've already announced 4, so people will be like, I'll just wait for 4.
I also love, I was so early to this that there are actually 0 comments on Wellhead. And when I hit refresh, like I'm hitting right now, yep, here it comes. And no one asked you. Put it on PC and I'll give a damn. Pineapple Moon says, no. Nope.
Just no.
Yeah, so I guess keep your eyes peeled for Diablo Immortal soon. TM.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Really? Will you actually play this on your phone?
I actually will play Diablo Immortal. I won't care probably, but I'll play it, and who knows, maybe I'll give a Diablo Immortal update every so often. Until 3 weeks in, I get my phone scammed by the Chinese companies behind it. Oh boy, they have
Is
all
it
my
free?
money now.
I don't remember if it costs money or not. Does it cost anything?
I assume if it's any of the other models of every single fucking mobile game ever, it's free to play, but then annoying to continue to play free, and then you have to have microtransactions.
You have a limited number of hammers you can throw out, and after that 31st hammer, it's like, pay 15 cents to get another heavy ability.
You want to cast that magic spell, go on. You know what? No, I think it is free. I remember, right? They said it was free at BlizzCon, I'm pretty sure. That felt like it was like so long ago. Like it was like 8 years ago that I saw that fucking presentation. But now that I've been using a PS4 controller to play Fortnite at work in the bathroom. I feel like maybe I can use that for Diablo Immortal. And
you're just gonna throw that one out? What, like on your phone?
So this is semi-recently, but I don't know, like 6 months ago, iOS added this thing where you can just connect your controllers to it easily via Bluetooth. And I was like, I'm never going to use that. But then I got hella into Fortnite, and I can use my controller to play Fortnite on my phone, and it puts me in mobile lobbies. And because I'm in mobile lobbies on a controller, I absolutely kick ass. It's amazing.
Slide cheats.
It's been so good that I literally bought an attachment that connects my phone to my controller so I can just play it like a fucking 3DS while I'm at work.
That's
you got the attachment for free.
I honestly encourage it. I say you fucking get it. I've gotten some chicken dinners, winners. And because I've been on this gold grind for the Brutosaur mount, at work, I have time to game. I've also been looking in how to play WoW remotely. I half figured it out. I downloaded a controller add-on, so at work I can like farm old raids and stuff, but it keeps breaking and not working. So my gold making is being put on a fucking hindrance now.
I can't believe of any of us, Slide is going to be the first one to actively play WoW on a controller.
He already has a little bit.
It's hard. But it also kind of, so like the add-on kind of plays like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which makes me kind of like it because you just like hold R2 or L2 for like all your active buttons. Mm-hmm. There's definitely not enough combinations. I'm like, how do I fucking mount up? Where's the goddamn mount button? Like I don't have enough control still, but like for running like old content, like a old raid, I think I can actually do it pretty easily on a controller. I just can't sell my shit. That's the only problem that I have with it. It's really hard to vendor on it. So who knows? Maybe I'll be the next WoW controller sensation. Slidewhistle, the controller king.
And then I'll be the one to pull up all your old tweets from back in the day. Slide, I knew that guy. He said he'd rather die than play on his PS Triple controller. Now look at that fool.
It's a different time. It's a different time. That was the old me. This is the new money-hungry goblin me. Give me that gold.
The times have changed. The world is different now than it was then. There's a Brutosaur mount to get.
Oh my god, the grind for this mount. Okay, let's talk about what Immune did in WoW. I'm going to pass the buck while I chug this White Claw in the background.
I have been pretty busy in WoW with a bunch of different things. I have set a bunch of random goals for myself because when we finished moving and have started setting up everything where it goes, I have my whiteboard here now, and I like wiped it down and rewrote all my goals. So I realized that, we have not been running Karazhan of Legion for that mount. So the three of us before recording this, we started those runs on a bunch of our alts. And then I've also soft made a goal to get every class up to max level. I'm not going to set a time on it because it's not really... I don't really care that much because, I don't know, I'm not really in a hurry to get a max level Demon Hunter in particular. No offense to Slide. I just don't...
What the fuck?
Well, now, is that because you don't like how Demon Hunter would play, or it's not that much of an achievement because they already start 80% there?
I just, I've played on it a little bit and I just wasn't feeling it.
This is bullshit.
Just in the background over there.
Fuck. He keeps cutting me off.
You have a mic.
Well, I want to make the echo suppressed by just talking to your microphone easily, but fuck you. That's all I gotta say.
I wanted it to be part of a bit, but now you've drugged me back over to the computer. I gotta use my microphone.
But yeah, I've soft added that to my goal of getting Lore Master because I'll need several more alts to get that anyways.
Which ones have you already done?
Eastern Kingdoms, that's the only old one I've done. In Eastern Kingdoms and then Draenor onward. Mm-hmm. And then I am only one zone away from getting Kata. I just need to do Twilight Highlands. And then Northrend, I'm halfway there. And Kalimdor, I have no zones completed because I don't know. Before I decided this was a goal, I just never cared at all to level there. So I have started leveling a monk, a night elf named Extravaganza, and
Ooh.
I am in Darkshore right now. And it's weird that I have never completed Darkshore because I remember all of these quests. I'm like, I must have been like very close, like 90% done with the region, like on 4 or 5 characters or something.
You guys are going to make me act up because now I want Lore Master. I saw Aaron Flash's Lore Master title while we were doing the Karazhan runs, and I was like, I want that. I need that.
Spoilers, it is literally the only good thing to come out of it. I'm still waiting on my letter to Rhonda.
Hey, but that crusty tabard looks,
Yeah, it looks great.
I feel like it's all about the journey for me. I don't know. And then I'll get like a bunch of max level characters out of it too, hopefully. And then I also finished Old Doom. I guess that kind of went without saying since I said that. Twilight Highlands was the only place left in Kata I needed. But I'll talk more about that later because that's part of that is bottom boot worthy, maybe.
Oh no! Way to set up a stinker.
But yeah, Aaron, what did you do in Wowzers this week?
In Wowzers this week, I continued the adventures of my man, my favorite law firm, Grumbins, and Grumbins.
Grumbins X3.
He is now fully exalted with Ironforge, which is going to help me out in the long run. And he just entered level 80 content. And I've selected to do Cataclysm, and specifically Vashir, because it's been 12 ever since I've done it. And it's not awful. I give it a lot more guff than it deserves.
Are you going to ride her to completion? Are you going to go all the way to the end of the really odd dungeon/raid that does not happen with Neptulon?
Nope, I will not. I mean, I will do all of the quests, but when it's like, go, do the dungeon, do that one that first... It's only 4 bosses, but for some reason we always lose someone. But I'll do that, and then probably like if memory serves, considering this is my 4th or 5th time doing this, I think I can get like half of another zone before it boots me to Draenor. Because the change has not come in yet, and Draenor is something you have to do.
Yeah, that's where my rogue is at right now. I just haven't bitten the bullet to go there yet.
And in my adventures with Hunter, I hate to say it because I'm sure there's a bunch of cool stuff that maybe I didn't spec right or I'm missing out on. Beastmaster just kind of seems like 3 buttons.
Yeah, it's like 3 buttons and then like a few additional ones for like cooldowns and then a few additional ones for doing AoE as opposed to single target, but basically it's pretty easy.
And of the abilities, there's like sick your animal on them, shoot a barbed round at them, and then shoot a gun. And both of the things that come out of my guns don't feel very powerful, so I don't know, I just... Like, it's okay to level with him because I'm not really getting in fights because Grumbins will take care of him. But I don't feel particularly powerful.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, your pet does a lot of the damage for you. The main thing you can do is make sure to keep your barbed shot, like, up. And, like, the highest as possible. So, like, ideally, it would always be at 3 stacks whenever you're in a fight.
Alternatively, you just do what I do on my Hunter and just press all the buttons until things die.
Yep. That's typically what I do. Like, I'm sure there's a hot strat behind, like, barb shot numbers, but I'm like, 1, 2, 3. Okay, they're all gone now. Just hit them with Cobra Shot. I
mean, you can just press them as they flash. That'll get something done.
But I'm interested to ride out my final 30 levels with him and then move on to the next one. So, Slidewhistle, what was your week in WoW like? Ooh, grip it and or rip it.
I have been on this gold grind like no fucking other. Aaron, did a spreadsheet exist last week? I don't remember if I mentioned the spreadsheet at all.
No, there was not mention of a spreadsheet.
Okay.
You had an internal memo as to what you were doing. But this is new.
So I am very proud of Slide. It's like spreadsheets and like Google Sheets and making them look pretty and like functional are normally my my jam, but he has taken this gold making scheme to heart.
I fucking hate Excel with a burning passion. It was the bane of my college existence for so long, and yet at work, I was like, I can't make gold at work. What else can I do? I can make a plan to make gold faster when I get home. So I made a spreadsheet, and I laid out all of the raids that give the most gold. I probably have watched like 7 hours of gold making videos at work over the past week. Kraken Latte is so fucking good. She's giving me all of these fucking hot tips. Like if you run normal, heroic, and mythic Hellfire Citadel, you get 9,900 gold per character.
Ooh.
So I put in 5 characters first that I was going to run Hellfire Citadel and Blackrock Foundry, because the Foundry gives you 7,400 gold if you run all 3. So my goal was to run it on 5 characters through just those 2. But then I was like, man, Priest is so slow. Let me add a Hunter to this. So I literally geared up Achilles, my Hunter, to also run Hellfire Citadel and Blackrock Foundry. And it kind of just evolved and spread into me adding like all the Legion raids and all of the WoD raids and the LFR. And it basically, my old weekly goal was to hit 350k a week, which sounds crazy because it kind of is crazy. That's 50k a fucking day. Buying a couple WoW tokens kind of brought that down a bit.
Yeah, and these numbers are all under the assumption that pre-patch, which is when the Brutosaur mount is going to go away, would be approximately October 1st, I think is what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said it for October 1st. I moved it to October 6th because that's a Tuesday, which makes sense for reset. But basically, I've just kind of mapped out how I'm making gold. And my whiteboard that is normally filled with things I did in WoW is literally just various numbers from like the days of how much gold I've made. And it's funny because looking at the whiteboard, I started off at like 1,300,000, 1.3k, and I'm currently at 2.6k. And they're all written on this board from day to day. What did I say? Oh, 2.6k. I'm currently at 2.6 mil. That's not even counting Immune's 1 million gold loan.
So I rechecked my finances, and I am currently at 1 mil and 60k. So this loan will leave me at approximately 60k left over.
That's fine. So then I'm really at 3.6 mil. So I only need 1.4 mil, and I have the Brutus mount. I feel like I've made 1.4 mil literally in the time from like last recording to this recording. Mm-hmm. It's nuts.
So it's because in addition to these raids, you've also found a few other methods that have gotten you a lot of gold and a few items that you've sold in the auction house for big gold.
Hell fucking yeah. So I've been utilizing every single one of my alts. Brainbuster, my monk, is currently making me herbs. You can transmute like 5 of each herb to anchorweed, and so he's making anchorweed. I'm buying Zenithid. I'm turning it into flasks. I'm selling those in the market. Deoxyribos is running the fucking engineering market. He's making parts to sell on the auction house. He's selling sky golems. He's fucking selling pets. Slidewhistle is running through a Talthazar, and he's skinning like 1 million fucking dinosaurs to sell their bones on the market. Every single boy is out here helping me out. And the best thing is that whenever there's a gold emissary, that basically is just like all my gold I need to make in one day immediately. Because I have like 13 alts that just get me everything I need. Because before I needed 50k a day, now I only need 24k a day. Because I've sold so much shit on the auction house.
Jesus.
It's honestly kind of inspirational. I have a ton of shit in my bank that I realize I could probably sell for something on the auction house. I just hate having to go to the auction house, and I hate having to figure out what I need to sell it for.
Well, once I get them out, you won't have to worry about going to it because I can pop next to you and just give it to you. But also, the auction house is a bloodbath right now. People are undercutting so crazy, and I am kind of adding to that problem because I have pets like Cuddly from last week who I was trying to sell for 100k. I bit the bullet and I just sold them for 75k. That's still fucking great. Like, who cares? Like, I kind of crashed the market a little bit, but so I've been crashing literally all of the markets. It's literally cutting about like 8,000 like gold into it, but I'm still making like 10k gold per pet. Because I guess I have a lot of rare pets. So check your fucking pet vault if you don't pet battle, because there's a lot of fucking good ones in there that I've had.
So how far into the process will we have to go before you, Slidewhistle the human, start paying another human to churn out gold for you?
Well, I can't do that because Blizzard just banned people for doing that. It's illegal.
But he did buy a WoW token.
I bought more than one WoW token, but that's besides the point. And me gave me the obsessive look of disappointment. Listen, our concert tickets got refunded. That gave me money to buy some WoW tokens.
Clarification, only the Bieber tickets have gotten refunded. The BTS tickets are still just postponed, and Vivid Seats will not give us a refund yet.
We're going to get a stimulus check of $1,200 again. Think about how many WoW tokens that is.
Oh, please don't.
He will roll his eyes. Listen, also, we did the math. Guess how much gold $1,200 is? It's not a lot.
It's like $1,200, right? It's just like $1,000. Wait, I'm sorry. What was the number I was given?
$1,200, but in WoW gold.
So like a stimulus check into WoW gold.
That's like 12 million, right?
I wish. I think it's about 7 million is the math that we worked that out to.
We calculated that it was only slightly more than the Brutosaur.
So it's like 6 mil, I think, maybe. It's like barely even. That's crazy. Like, WoW Gold is so inflated. But yeah, just lots of ways to make money. Honestly, the best way to make money, I'm not going to lie, is having a skinner and leather worker. Because in 1 hour in Ataldazar, sorry, not even an hour, if you're geared, it's like 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, you can make 7K. That's it.
But then you have to wait until the hour's up to do it again.
Well, it's going to take you that long to... So, like, I skin all these dinosaurs. And then after I skin them, I turn all their bones and their flesh into fist weapons. And I sell... Yeah, I use Vendorum. But it takes so long now. Like, I have so many that I'm like... like, I'm waiting. Like it takes me, like, 3, like, whole bag clears to get them out of my fucking bags. It's a mess. So just pray for gold emissaries this week, and I'll be a happy camper. I think I could have this thing in maybe, like... I don't know. Like I mean, I made like 1 million gold in like I feel like a week, but now that I'm running out of pets, I feel like it's gonna take me a long time to get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say your assets are dwindling.
So I
Wow.
have a hypothetical for you. So obviously 5 million gold is the long boy. If Blizzard came out and introduced a longer boy for 8 million, would you make the push, or would you settle for the original long man?
What makes him longer? Is he just have a longer neck, or does he like have like what does he do?
He has a longer neck, and he's got a cool hat on top.
And inside the cool hat is access to the bank.
Okay, wait. Now, when does the amount go away? Does it go away when Longboy goes away?
Yes.
I think I would have to take. I think I would literally have to make the push, because if I make the push and I don't make it to Longer Boy, then I just buy Long Boy, and that would be like half the reason I want this mount. Like half of it I want it for the auction house, but the other half is the clout of riding around a fucking Brutosaur mount when it's gonna be going away. Like the fucking like this is mine and you don't have it feels so fucking good to have on a mount.
Well, I hope
Slide's obsessed, honestly.
I hope that it brings you some modicum of happiness, because I can tell you I have received quite a few clout mounts, and not a single person has ever been like, "Oh, that's cool." I was inflated to say that my Time Drake or whatever, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, that's so sick." Not a single person has even turned my way. Jaina mount,
We
they
said
scoff
it.
at me.
Jaina mount, I feel like, has fallen off because not everyone can get it. How often do you ride around that fucking Time Reaver? Huh? How
Girl,
often?
that was the main one for so many of my all of the little boys I'm putting through.
You have to keep riding it. That's the only thing to do. I'm riding around in this jungle hopper from the recruiter friend, and everyone whispers me like, "How'd you get that? How'd you get that?" And I'm like, "I recruit a friend." And they're like, "Oh, who'd you recruit?"
I
And I'm
recruited
like,
myself.
No, I just say friends.
There's several of them. That's how I got all the months I needed.
I was looking at the mount like percentages, and like 0.1% of all people have the mount, and I'm like, is it literally just me? Like that one guy I ran
a year
into
has not passed yet, so only multi-boxers, well, not multi-boxers, like multi-accounters like you have it.
You know, it's really easy when I'm not playing Hearthstone. See, I can buy these wall tokens because normally I will Mute's eyes rolled. I can see him to the back of his fucking skull right now. They're poking through. Because I've been making this joke. I'm like, listen, I didn't buy the $80 Hearthstone expansion this time. Okay? I did look at it at work today, but I didn't buy it. You get a Kel'Thuzad hero. I love Kel'Thuzad.
He's so
You're
trendy.
gonna buy it anyways.
I'm not gonna buy it, or if I do buy it, I will never tell you, and you will have to see it when you face me in Hearthstone, which would be never, because you never play with me. He shrugged, ladies and gentlemen.
I did say, put it on record yesterday, I believe, that I kind of felt like playing Hearthstone.
Uh-oh. Don't look at me.
That's all I'm saying.
Note to self, don't face a mute in Hearthstone.
Oh my god, you fucking bought it.
You thought I bought it, but I didn't yet, bitch. Maybe I will out of spite now.
You said it yourself. Yet.
This is a wreck and a half.
Listen, once I get the stimulus check, it's fine. Okay, it's fine.
Just give me a few more weeks. I'll get the money. I'll do anything for that long man. Anything.
Okay, but you know what's funny? Running like all these Hellfire Citadels has made me so nostalgic for fucking WoD. And what's crazy is that I have all of my alts going out there, or 6 of them going out there, and only one of them has seen Doomroller. I'm like, I have been here so many times, and only one time have I encountered the man, the myth, the roller, the Doomroller, and he did not give me a medallion of the Legion.
Did he give you oil?
Oh, what are you gonna crush now?
Oh, you know he gave me oil. That's all he fucking gives is oil.
It's weird that it has taken you so long to see him and you've only seen him once, though, because I feel like when we were coming up in WoD, I felt like we would see him multiple times a day just cuz.
I feel like he was the most central, like, area to be in. And, you know, also what's funny is I realized, remember on the second boss of the Hellfire mech, when she goes, eject,
Mm-hmm.
that circle is so fucking small, where if you get in it, she'll crush you. I feel like back when we were raiding, that circle was the size of the entire fucking map, and it would always squish us.
And we were only doing it on normal because we were in like a learn to raid group, and I feel like on Mythic it's probably bigger, right?
I honestly don't think so.
Oh, well, either way, like I also have been running this on Mythic just to get some T-Mog. Less so much the gold, just because I was also nostalgic when I saw Slide doing it. And I agree, like, it was so easy to dodge this thing. I'm like, how were we all dying to this? I mean, the answer is we were bad. Well, worse then.
You would get kicked from raids immediately if you stood under that.
This isn't Hellfire Citadel, but Cubby Bub was talking about she was doing Tomb of Sargeras today, and she was fighting the, like, Maiden of Patience or whatever. The one where you fight in a ring.
Orbs.
Yeah, and then you get an explosive on you and you have to jump in and get shot out. And that was like, it was like a Vietnam flashback to me because I could barely do up to that point, and then that boss, I would get kicked out every time.
Dude, that was honestly the hardest for raids and the hardest for pugs.
Pug killer, pug killer.
Like, it's funny, even like in the beginning of BFA, groups that were doing it on Mythic to get like the gear would still fall apart on that boss because it still fucks up raid groups, even like 8.1, 8.2 of like BFA.
Well, we've all weighed in on our week. Growliina, what have you been up to?
Hello, listeners. It's Growliina. You know the drill. I'm here with Davrius, owner of the one, the only, Long Boy. So, Dav, how long did this endeavor take? Honestly, like the whole expansion. Wow, really? You've been saving for literal years for this? I guess, yeah. I just played and played and played, and it took me up until about a month ago. I didn't really grind out for it. I just spent little money, LOL. Well, it certainly panned out for you. You look masterful up there. So what is the best part about owning this long man? It's gotta be the height advantage. You saddle up on this thing, and suddenly you're way above everyone else. It's quite the trip. I can only imagine, as I will never have 1,000,000 gold, let alone 5 of them. Well, I'm gonna try and convince Dav to let me ride in the auction house space on his dino. Until then, it's been Growl.
Whoa! I can't believe it. What a what a wild story.
Wow.
So it looks like there's been quite a bit of reports about Blizzard employees being underpaid for their work, their hard work.
Boy, are you telling me underpayment and poor worker treatment in the video game industry? I would have never imagined.
And during a global pandemic?
Well, it seems like other companies, such as Riot Games, which is a naughty word to say in this universe, has given significant pay increases to employees who have left Blizzard and gone to them so they can pay.
Activision
Well,
Blizzard, what are you doing?
You know, after additional information came out today, I think I know what they're doing. Because today, there was just an earnings call where Activision Blizzard announced that they exceeded their expectations and their stonks go up, baby.
Yeah, this is quite an interesting dichotomy here. Basically, one of these articles says that their revenue grew 38% to 1.93 billion. It's a lot of Brutasaurus. But then there's also just heavy reports of employees just not having enough money to make ends meet because the standard of living in Irvine is just so fucking much. Maria's calling me. I hung up on her. She's going to be mad at me. But so, according to Bloomberg News, a lot of these Blizzard employees are saying that they received a raise of less than 50 cents an hour. Sorry, one veteran employee said this. They received less than 50 cents an hour. They're making less now than they did almost a decade ago because they're working fewer overtime hours than they did back then. Basically, a lot of these employees are relying on overtime to keep them like afloat, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, if you have to rely on overtime to meet ends meet, just so that the company as a whole can turn a profit, that right there sums everything that's wrong about our country right now, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. What I was going to say is that, unfortunately, that's become more like the standard in many industries, but especially the video game creation industry. I am hard pressed to know why people go like into it with such vigor because you just get, sorry, I'm tripping over my words.
Shit
here.
on.
Yeah, you are disrespected to such a degree. So like, obviously this is like incredibly awful, but when it was brought up, like, yeah, like they're not paying their workers, I was like, well, they are a video game company.
Yeah, because then it says back in 2019, when Blizzard had those big layoffs, they laid off like 10% of their workforce. Their CEO, Bobby Kotick, received $40 million in compensation. Why does any man or woman need to receive $40 million in compensation? That's insane.
So you're saying he got a $40 million bonus after cutting 10% of his company?
I guess, yeah. That's fucking nuts. I mean, and that was last year, and the people are still they literally are struggling to pay their rent and to put food on the table. Meanwhile, they're at a 30% fucking revenue growth in the second quarter. Like, come on.
You know what it's time for, boys? Let's break out the guillotines.
Yep. It's a good thing I have my bib and I brought my utensils because I agree this is as good as any time to eat the rich.
I'm really curious how much of this revenue gain is actually due to the pandemic because so many more people are at home just playing games because they can do it while they work from home. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or who were furloughed and left or let off or both or whatever. I mean, I personally know several friends who have started playing WoW again because of being furloughed or let off.
It's just so shitty. And it sucks that like there's like nothing like what can we like what do we do? Like, you know what I mean? Like if we stop supporting the games and that's less money, you know what I mean? Like it feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. This isn't really a podcast where we talk about how to solve America's problems, I guess, but
God, because literally our solutions are just like kill this person, redistribute their wealth. Done.
Exactly. It's like any sort of video game boss. Just take him out, and then everyone gets a little bit extra.
I mean, we tried to elect people who would do it for us, but even the parties we somewhat identify with won't let that happen, so we'll see.
I came here for a good video game time, and they're over here talking about leftist policies. Unsubscribe.
I mean, I feel like we've been pretty upfront about our beings the entire time.
Yeah, we straight up, like 20 episodes ago, we told people just to leave. We're never going to get Gary back with this kind of pandering to the libs.
Well, if you really want to pull out the guillotine, then I have a real fucking fight for you guys.
Ooh,
do tell,
I'm always
do tell.
down to break out the guillotine.
They are taking one of the best alliance racials, and they're letting everybody have it, aka giving the Horde access to kind of having a Night Elf shadow meld.
So you're gonna let them burn down our tree and then reward them by giving them shadow meld?
When it is us who have been sitting in the shadows of your love for the Horde, your, dare I say, Horde bias.
So it's not quite as powerful as shadow meld, but as the article states, basically because of like how Mythic Pluses worked, just having a character that can shadow meld is so strong because you all can just drop threat immediately and keep going. So now, to be fair, the requirements to have this fake shadow meld are pretty steep. You have to A, be a member of the Night Fae in Shadowlands, and then you have to B, have the Naya Soulbind equipped, and then it gives you a kind of like ghetto shadow meld that requires a bunch of conditions to be met before you can actually shadow meld. But it's still like, why are you giving them my ability, bitch?
Is the end goal an actual 100% copy of shadow meld, or is it different?
Here's what happens. If you are a Night Fae, you have access to Soul Shape, which turns you into the little fox thingy. Whatever your mount is called. What is it called?
A Volpine?
Volpine Familiar.
Yes.
Yeah. It turns you into that. Now, what happens is, once your Soul Shape ends, which I believe is after 12 seconds, or you actively click off your buff, then you have a second buff applied to you that's called Sylvari Mantle. And it says, when Soul Shape ends, you are concealed until you move. So basically what you have to do is you use Soul Shape, you click off Soul Shape. After 2.5 seconds, Sylvari Mantle falls off, and then you are stealth at like Shadow Meld. So it's Shadow Meld with like 2 extra steps, basically.
So you could make a macro to effectively make it a slower shadow meld?
Yeah, basically. Because they want to give a horde of players, I guess. I mean, it didn't say this, but my inference is they want to give all players a way to be equal in Mythic Dungeons or whatever, even though they have to join the Night Fae and use this one person to do so. Which is honestly a high bar of requirement to use it, but it's still like, couldn't that be another ability? Why does it have to be literally Shadow Meld?
I don't like it.
I mean, I guess if you're a Night Elf and you do join the Night Fae, which I feel like a lot of Nelf Druids are going to be doing, you get 2 if you really want to. But I don't know. It just feels like, are we going to get any Horde abilities? Are we going to get the ability to have Troll Berserking or whatever it's called?
I want to eat a dead person. Can they still do that? Can the Forsaken still do that? I want to eat someone.
That's the one you want? Out of all the abilities, you want that one?
I won't lie. I only know 2 Horde abilities.
I want a little bag of goodies.
Yeah. I want to fucking... What is it? You don't get drunk off wine? I'm trying to think of some of like the sillier ones.
Also, I think the bag of goodies went away. I think they changed that.
That's sad.
Oh, the Vulpira didn't have a lot.
The goblins can rocket jump. That's something.
I don't want that.
The Tauren can war stomp. I know that
I
because that's what I turn into in Dazzle.
Want that. I want to eat a man.
Could you even eat anybody? Oh, it's probably humanoids, right? So you probably could eat like an orc or something. Or are orcs humanoid? Or are they orcanoid?
Everyone is humanoid. Humanoid just means that you are a bipedal creature.
What about Naga? Naga aren't humanoid.
They are not.
No, they're Naganoid.
Oh, I have to
you
cut that, I
fucking
think.
Naganoid.
I gotta cut this.
So
Okay, you know what though? What are the? Okay, literally, it's just the troll racial. That's the good one. What else do they have? I can't think of anything else.
my disdain for them bleeds so deep I cannot even remember. Like I have an orc and I don't remember what the orc one is.
You know what? Immune. Why don't you shelf that bag of goodies and instead claim the Vulpirian ability to camp wherever they want to and have a rest area wherever they want? That's the real fucking OG. I want that one.
Yeah, that is true. I guess the Blood Elves have like Arcane Torrent or whatever. It's just a buff of mana, right? Or something. It's similar to the Gnome one or something. I don't know.
They changed it semi recently. I don't even know what it is anymore. All I know is they were like, "Wait, you changed it." And what is this toe on your screen? Why do you got toes over here?
I don't know. Do you need a fungus eliminator?
Apparently you do. You're getting ads for it. Fungus foot.
Okay, boys, I'm not going to lie. This one admittedly would have fit a lot closer in when we were giving our lesson about capitalism, but this is this week's Time Warp.
I'm holding a butter knife.
That's not a guillotine.
That's my butter knife. You got your toothpaste in my jelly. Isn't that on SpongeBob?
Sounds like something Patrick might say.
So for this week's Time Warp, it's going to be a real nice and quick one on the vile Activision Blizzard's website. They feature a number of goodies you can bring home, one of which is statues. So on the count of 3, give me everyone that you can currently buy in statue form on blizzard.com/shop.
Oh, God.
Wait. Are we talking all games or
I
what?
apologize. Warcraft.
Okay.
That you can currently buy. Gaia.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Illidan,
Sylvanas,
Sylvanas,
Vol'jin, Sarfang, Gen.
Doomfist,
I
Varian,
think
and they
probably like
And actually, you know
probably
what?
the
That's
Warcraft 3 like
I didn't even
Oh,
have to
really?
get to 40.
Okay.
Between it, you guys got them
Bilbo
all.
Baggins. Wait, but what happens to the song? No, you can't end it early. We have to keep going to 40 seconds
yeah,
because I'm not
that's
going to
true.
edit the sound clip.
Shit.
we
20
can
shit.
take this time to just
We
dance
just
until
dance
it's
for 20
over.
seconds till
You know
we
what?
get
I
to
already
the
stopped it,
end.
but surely.
We will keep going.
Surely
At
it's
some
already
point
done
we'll
at
end.
this point.
If we just keep singing, then eventually I can just cut it right to Aaron
Time.
Tuckin.
Hey.
So, Immune takes this one 4-ish to 2. I believe it was 4 to 2, but I know he definitely got the most.
Everyone deserves a win once every 9 months. It's fine.
I was going to
Bitch.
do how many, like, what people were ever statues, but gosh, oh golly, is that like 30 to 40 people over the years?
So how many are currently available then?
Sylvanas has 2. She has an expensive one and the $30 6-inch one. Jaina has 2. She has a big expensive one in the 6-inch. Gen, Vol'jin, and Sourfang are all the cheap one. And then Illidan actually does not have a statue, but he does have his shitty toy that we railed against. Like,
He has a statue.
I don't
I think they're sold out. Like they're no longer available.
He does
or something.
not on the store right now. He does not have a statue. He only has the action figure.
Whoa, that must have been gone like as of like a couple of weeks ago because I was just browsing.
Speaking of a couple weeks ago, I'm gonna like say, Slide, you made me take a shot then, so I feel like you need to take one right now.
Fuck you. I'm not going to do it.
To quote Slidewhistle, not even 1 week ago, Season 2, Part 2, bitch, we're bringing the shots back. Take that shot.
I'm taking a page out of my president's book, and I'm just going to say no and sit here and pout. No.
You're just going to shuffle off like a slug while everyone's asking you questions.
I don't want to be that tanned asshole. I'll take a shot.
Oh, I was going to say, don't make me take out these graphs for you.
My favorite was I was looking at old like toys and statues, and it was like Thalmar and Volmar.
I don't even know who that is.
Some dwarf. You can meet him in like Highlands, like a Wrathy before it gets changed over.
So, wait, what was the name of it again?
His name is
I'm
like
back with a shot.
Anvilmar
Who?
Thalmar.
Oh, Anvilmar Thalmor, the guy who founded, something. The statue in Stormwind?
No, I don't know what this guy's name. I saw some vague dwarf, and that was the point where I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do every single one that has existed. I'm just going to do the ones that are currently there.
All right, well, I have this fucking shot, and it's Admiral Nelson, America's favorite rum. Here we go. Here's a live shotting through my pop filter. Pop. Ugh. I did it.
Yay, you did it.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys heard about how coronavirus might go through your eyeballs now? Isn't that fucking terrifying?
Yeah, I actually heard that. I think it's a theory that they've had for a while now, actually, but I had not heard about it until recently.
It makes sense. Our eyeballs are so viscous.
Like, this shit makes me fucking sad. Like, the other day, it was like, newsflash, everyone, remember when your pets were safe from coronavirus? The first dog just died from it. Have fun.
Buddy! Well, he also had cancer, but still, we can't verify for sure. Anyway, I just got an ad on Facebook for these face masks that also have eye shields, and I'm like, honestly though, my eyes seem to be protected. They're pretty cute. Nobody agreed.
I heard.
Wow, your eyes are really cute.
Thank you.
Immune legally has to say
Aaron.
that. I'm the one keeping the truth. We're getting louder with... I couldn't think of something.
Are you calling my eyes ugly?
I ain't calling them to dinner.
You should, because they're cute.
Okay, should we do sexiest now?
Wow, we compliment my fucking eyeballs. That's what we fucking do.
I already did.
It wasn't enough.
Okay, well, I think we just go on to the sexiest NPC of the weekend. It's Slide's eyeballs.
Those sweet Slide's eye color eyes.
I would love to
Ooh.
hear the color. What is the color?
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Percy's making a weird noise. I gotta check on her.
What is the color of? I just want to have the color really quick. Just real fast. Fire it off.
She's cat sneezing. I
Just
gotta
She has the cat Rona.
just say it real quick before you go. Just say it. Come on. What? Yeah. What? You're so I can hear it. You're really close.
blue.
Yes.
Are your eyes actually blue?
No. They're a beautiful hazel.
Are they?
Oh my god! What do you mean? Are they? Cut the cameras. Cut.
Damn, I'm feeling.
There you go, listeners. You'll never know Slide's actual eye color.
I get mad when I get mad. They change colors.
Right now, they are deep red. They're basically on fire right now.
Yeah, man,
And now it's time for our
my
true
dad
sexy-
works at Nintendo.
My dad is Nintendo.
Reggie Fils-Aimé. Oh, never mind. He doesn't work there anymore. I forgot. And now it's time for our sexiest NPC of the week. Now, we have it as Captain Taylor, but this is also Admiral Taylor, right?
Yeah,
Who dies in Draenor? He gets upgraded, I believe, in Draenor.
I believe
He's the one who dies in Draenor, right?
Yeah, he dies in
Or,
Draenor.
like, what is-
he's
What is his title, though? Part of me, I think he starts as a
I
captain,
think in Vashir he was a captain.
but I'm
believe.
pretty sure in Draenor he's Admiral Taylor.
Yeah, I know he's Admiral Taylor by that point. In Mop, he's Admiral Taylor.
Yeah, because in the garrison in WoD he's admiral.
So we call him Admiral Taylor, right? Because that's his final resting. Okay.
Or just Taylor, I guess. That's his last name, I guess.
The sexiest is Taylor.
Okay, so-
some listener out there.
That's why I gave him this look that was like, we are not going to just say our sexiest NPC is Taylor. Anyway, so our sexiest NPC of the week this week is Admiral, formerly Captain Taylor.
Ow, ow.
And my shot was a reference because I drank Admiral Nelson in honor of Admiral Taylor. Pour one out for our dead boy who, don't forget, Raffian killed him, apparently, maybe.
Wait, did
possibly.
he?
That's
I
the fucking
just
mythos.
Ghosts in WoD got him.
Yeah, I just remember in WoD being like on a farm and then being attacked, right?
Well, so his garrison is attacked, and the only living being that hangs around the garrison is literally Raffian in his whelpling form. Like, he's around there, and people are like, he killed Admiral Taylor, which he was doing so much work for us. To be fair, I didn't know him in MOP. I didn't know him in Kata, but he was he was like, this man has the plan. He has it going on, and he's a sexy older man with a little hat that I love to wear to this day.
He really was, like, built up to be a big boy, and then there must have been some internal memo at Blizzard, like, does anyone like Taylor? No. Okay.
Or like they thought he was a big enough deal to like have a shock value death.
Mhm.
I don't know. Because like you first meet him where you are currently leveling, right, Aaron?
Yeah, you first meet him in Vashir, and he's just Captain Taylor. He's just like some guy. And then you get to witness his ascension as he becomes a hero of the Alliance. And then in MOP, he's like the guy. You save him from the Hosen, and then he's like, I'm the figurehead for the Alliance war effort.
Okay, so I have a little article here. Raffian having traveled to Admiral Taylor's garrison in Spires of Iraq, which I want a garrison there. That'd be cool. He was brought there by Sir Edward, who cares? Raffian sought asylum. Oh, the word's so bad for me. Raffian sought asylum in the garrison, claiming he had somehow angered the local ogres, as Raffian was a wanted fugitive of the Alliance following the events of Garrosh's trial. Admiral Taylor claimed that Raffian would be a guest, in quotes, in the garrison provided he stay under house arrest and under full-time guard. Raffian provided Taylor's garrison the resources needed to build an inn. When Taylor confronted Raffian about it, Raffian said, "Don't trust FEL." What does that fucking mean? Basically, Raffian was very instrumental in building this garrison. He gave him stuff and shit. Raffian left the garrison and took several of Taylor's best followers with him. Raffian went into hiding after that. And remember, when we next see Admiral Taylor, he's a goddamn ghost who's like, I don't know what happened, but I'm dead. Remember, the whole village is a ghost. They're all ghosts. Conveniently after, Raffian leaves with all of his followers, his best followers. He staged a fucking coup and killed Admiral Taylor.
He just wanted to get his hands on that body.
Ooh.
Speaking of that body, I just found this picture of Taylor in Nazjatar, and I thought he was shirtless at first, but I'm pretty sure he might just be wearing like a skin tone top.
Yeah, that's like a white and gold chainmail, like male vest, I'm pretty sure.
Here, let me send it to you, Aaron.
It's very sheer, very, ooh.
It's very, very sexy.
Now, did the two of you know? Ooh, I just received this picture. Oh, I'm about to get me so excited at the end of the show here. But did you two know that there is a monument to his manliness out there?
Where?
In Southport, in Spires of Iraq, there is a statue of him, which is just commemorating his death. In honor of Admiral Taylor, he was a true hero of the Alliance. His numerous accomplishments on the battlefield serving his people will not be forgotten. He bravely set out to establish a garrison stronghold among these spires to further the Draenor campaign, but was cut down by his own men before his time. May he rest.
Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen the statue, and I assume that memoriam is at the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, cut down by his own men? So it literally was Raffian taking his best men.
I came here
Or Raffian leading a
for
coup with his men, I
a
guess.
sassy look into an older gentleman who makes me tingly, and we're over here exposing a controversy. I don't care if Rathion helped us with a big fancy dagger. He's got to answer for Taylor's death.
Next time I am face to face with Rathion, I have a few questions to ask him. Top of the list, why would he take away such a sexy, sexy man?
Okay, so apparently there was some necromancer named Ephiel, who I do not remember. This quote, when a group of lumberjacks just disappeared, Ephiel and Naz Dunberlin went to clear the area of wasps. A few days later, the Iron Horde attacked. Ephiel went missing. Admiral Taylor dead. What are these wasps, and what do they had to clear? How many wasps were there?
There's so many parts of Naz Dunban.
Apparently, they're blaming all this on whoever the fuck Ephiel is, who I do not remember at all. And Naz Dunberlin was a ghost in Admiral Taylor's garrison? So if he killed Admiral Taylor, then how did he end up dead? This story makes no sense. Rathion did it.
Rathion probably just killed all of them and then brought them all with him as ghosts.
And then had a little bag of bees and sprinkled them around like, no, see, bees did it.
No, obviously it was the bees that killed everyone here.
I'm so sorry, Admiral Taylor, that your segment was hijacked by a whodunit of a who killed you in the wasps, but you are still the sexiest NPC of this week, baby.
Girl.
And I'll just say, a little bit of mystery always lights a little bit more of a fire down there, if you know what I mean.
Oh, nothing gets me harder than a murder.
Do the carpets match the drapes?
Are they spectral and purple?
And now it's time for our top 2 medium boot, bottom boot of the week. Immune. What's your BB of the week?
Well, this week I have a BB. And my bottom boo this week, as I alluded to earlier, is about my leveling experience in Uldum. I know previously on the podcast I've said I really enjoyed leveling through Uldum, and overall I really did. But at the end of it, the last quest that I had to
love
do...
this book report cadence you had at the beginning. Earlier, I know I said that I loved Uldum, but now I do not.
Overall, I still do. But I will just say that the last quest chain, Bran was like, meet me at the Halls of Origination. I was like, okay, cool. I'll meet him right outside the gate or something, and we'll talk about the Halls of Origination, and then he'll give me another quest where I can do it if I want, but it's fine because I finished the region or whatever. But no, I get there, and then I have to actually go inside the dungeon, and more than that, I have to go deep inside the dungeon. Bran is a boss and a half deep into this dungeon, and I'm like, dude, you didn't tell me that I would have to form up a party, go into this dungeon, clear a boss and a half just to talk to you. And then once I talk to him, then there's 5 more quests within the dungeon I have to complete just to finish the last segment of Uldum. And I'm like, excuse me? Because this is max level in quotes content then. So I couldn't just solo it. So thankfully Slide came to rescue me to help me finish this part of the quest chain. And it took a while because not only did I have to meet him, and then I had to go through and clear all these bonus bosses. So even if you were able to find a group of people who would run this dungeon with you, these are not the bosses that they would go to. You'd have to convince them to do these 4 additional bosses, which I feel like most people would not want to do,
Well, that's real stinky of them.
Yeah, really. And I think the real bottom boot of it is that I am still not 100% sure if I actually had to do this for the Uldum questline achievement or not, or if it was just a quest that I missed somewhere else that I went and finished afterwards.
I hate to say it, but I do not remember doing that, so that may or may not have been important.
Yeah, so either way, it's kind of 2 bottom boots. The first bottom boot that a quest line would take you into that without specifically telling you. And the second bottom boot is me not knowing that I missed 1 quest in my quest log that was just literally really easy on the other side of the map of Uldum. And I think that was what I actually had to do. So yeah, that was my double bottom boot this week. Slide, what you got?
I got myself one of them medium moots of the week.
Medium.
What is it?
So I believe it was 8.2, Rise of Ashara. I was on my mage, Deoxyribose, and there was this really cool transmog called, I believe it's Tibu's Blazing Longsword, and it's literally just a sword that you hold that the entirety of the hilt and the blade is just a blazing, like, volcanic fire.
Mm-hmm.
It looks kind of like a lightsaber, yeah?
Yeah, and so there's two of them. There's one from the old world that looks like shit, and one that they made just for BFA. It's updated and looks fucking sick. And I said, I want this fucking sword. It's so fucking cool. So I paid, I believe, 100K for it, maybe 110K to get this transmog of this BOE. That's a lot of fucking money, especially back then in 8.2 when I had no money compared to now. And so recently, on all of my alt farms to do the gold emissary, I was on my hunter Achilles, and Tibu's blazing sword dropped.
No.
The same sword that I paid 110K for dropped. And I'm like, oh my god, I can make my fucking money back that I spent on this. No, I couldn't, because the sword has crashed since then. Usually, when I buy an item, I buy it, and I forget about it, and the cost does not bother me, because I never have to look back at it. This time, holding the sword in my hands, I was like, I have to know how much you cost now.
How much is it currently going for?
Tibu's Blazing Longsword is currently selling for 24K.
Ooh.
It's because of people like you crashing all the markets for the Brutosaur mount.
And I looked at it, and I was like, I guess I'll just sell you now for 1/4 of the price I made, which is better than nothing, but it just feels bad. Selling a sword that looks so this sword is worth way more than 25K. It's only crashed because people want to make a quick buck like me. However, I don't crash markets that hard. When I crash markets, I undercut by maybe from 5,000 to 8,000, which is still a lot. But this sword is being undercut by literally 75K. And I'm like, oh, why?
It's because me and the boys from Tibu's Scorching Straight Sword gang are coming and ruining it for you. We will take down the other Tibu sword. Hashtag Scorching Straight Sword gang.
Okay, well, listen. If you're out there and you want to buy a Tibu's Blazing Longsword, hit me up. I'm selling it for 21K. 4K less than the asking price. Come and get it. Partner only, thank you. Aaron, what is your TTBBMM?
This week I've got a good old-fashioned top toot. And that toot is that I am raking in the mounts.
Ooh.
We ran our Karazhan, and I was one of the lucky few to receive the mount, the big smoky volcano dragon. Yes, the first on our first run. And earlier in the day, through some shenanigans, I managed to get Mountain of Mounts. So I got the blue Dragonhawk, which, oh boy, looking at that model, that tells you when Mountain of Mounts was put in.
How many mounts are needed for that one?
I think it's just 100? ?
Correct.
Everyone else has gotten it because they're much more diligent than me, but I don't really go out and look for them as much. So it was a shock, and I was like, whoa, Blue Dragonhawk, let me look at that. And it's like, Daddy, look at my 72 pixels. And I'm like, oh no, goodbye.
I don't want to.
It is pretty ugly, but the upside is there aren't a lot of Dragonhawk mounts available to the Alliance, because the Dragonhawk is the Blood Elf racial mount for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I don't really have an idea why, but
that is kind of weird. It's honestly kind of an ugly mount. So why would the Blood Elves ride it? Those prissy bitches.
I'm sure there's more horde favoritism. Theirs looks better. They gave us the sickly ones, the ugly ones.
Those bitches. Bobby Kotick!
But that was my top toot of the week.
All right, well, we're getting out of here. Before we go, apparently they removed Comp Stomp from Brawl rotations in PvP?
until Shadowlands, yeah.
That's wild, but also get out of my PvP, you PvEers. This is for PvPs only this season. Because Compound was where you just fought computers. So people are mad. Like, this was the only way I could farm medallions of honor for my sets. Because I only do PvE. And I'm like, bitch, can you even try to play other content? Like, once in a while?
Get on Slide's level, others.
If you are a PvEer and you want to yell at me, send me an email at donotRelentPod@gmail.com or tweet at us on the Twitter at DoNotRelentPod. What about you bitches? Where can they find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at NewEraAlex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Bigacheesy on Twitter, and you can read our literary musings at livejournal.donotrelent.com.
Oh, we're out of here. I gotta farm some gold before raid. We'll see you guys next week, and remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.